Ready, face forward march.
Good time. We're gonna have a good meeting. We're gonna have a great meeting. Good looking man, huh? Very good. So this is a very hard language to learn, I would imagine. What do you think is more accurate? Did you say English or would you say your language?
컴퓨터가 쓰기에는 한국어가 좀 낫고 말하기에는 영어가 좀 나은 것 같아요.
Is that your pen?
네, 가지고.
You want to take it with you? Grab that pen for me. Oh, it's nice. This is made by in your country.
대통령께서 하신 그 아주 어려운 사인에 유용할 겁니다.
I won't use it, but I'm going to keep it. I want to have it as an honor and keep it in a very important place. And I have gifts for you. When before we leave, we have to remember. We always have to remember that a lot of times and then people will rush out. I say, oh, I forgot to give the gifts. So you'll remember. That's a big crowd. This is a very large crowd. It's an honor to be with President Lee of South Korea, because I hear they want to renegotiate the deal, but that's okay. I don't mind that. That doesn't mean they're going to get anything, but I don't mind. We are thinking about contracting some ships. They build them very well in South Korea. We're going to be buying ships from South Korea, but we're also going to have them make ships here with our people, using our people. But we have a lot of other trade things. South Korea is a big buyer of military equipment, and we're going to talk about that also. And we have many things to talk about, and I look forward to it. And it's a great honor to be with you, and congratulations on your election. That was a big one, and we're with you 100%. Thank you.
이 오벌 오피스를 새로 꾸미고 있다는데 정말로 밝고 황금색으로 빛나는 게 정말 보기 좋습니다. 미국을 다시 위대하게 만드는 것이 우리 대통령님의 꿈인데 다우존스 지수에서도 그게 나타나는 것 같습니다. 피스메이커로서의 역할이 정말로 눈에 띄는 것 같습니다. 유럽, 아시아, 아프리카, 중동 여러 곳에서의 전쟁들이 트럼프 대통령님의 역할로 휴전하고 평화가 찾아오고 있습니다. 한반도의 그 평화를 좀 만들어 주셔서 김정은과도 만나시고 북한에 트럼프 월드도 하나 지어서 거기서 저도 골프도 칠 수 있게 해주시고 그래서 전 세계가 인정하는 정말 세계사적인 평화의 메이커로서의 역할을 꼭 해주시기를 기대합니다. 아마 기다리고 있을 것 같습니다.
Kim Jong-un and I had a very good relationship, as you remember, and still do. We were a little bit going at it about Rocket Man, Little Rocket Man, everything back and forth, and it was really nasty. And I think you are much more prone to doing that than other leaders that I've been working with from South Korea.
대통령께서 미국 정치에서 약간 물러서 있는 그 사이에 한반도 상황은 정말로 많이 나빠졌죠.
They would not have done that if I were president.
전적으로 공감합니다.
I've gone through a lot of leaders in South Korea. You know, it's been quick. You'll be there for a long time. But we, in the various leaders that I've dealt with, they were not approaching it properly, in my opinion, having to do with North Korea. But I think your approach is a much better one.
이 문제를 풀 수 있는 유일한 인물이 트럼프 대통령이십니다. 대통령께서 피스메이커를 하시면 저는 페이스메이커로 열심히 지원하겠습니다.
That's good.
Good comments, the post and comments you made on South Korea early this morning, like raids on churches, going into U.S. military base, purge and revolution. How do you think about it?
I heard from Intel that there was a raid on churches. We're going to talk about that later. I haven't spoken about it yet, but when we meet, and you know, that would be too bad if that's the case, but I did hear that from Intel, that there was a raid on churches, closing some churches. So we'll talk about that later. I could ask you now if you want.
Mr. President, what conversation?
Wait a minute, if you'd like. Because it didn't sound to me like South Korea. He called me, Glenn Youngkin called, and he said, I have somebody. Well, I heard that there were raids on churches over the last few days, very vicious raids on churches by the new government in South Korea, that they even went into our military base and got information. They probably shouldn't have done that, but I heard bad things. But we won't stand for that. We just won't stand for that.
간단하게 말씀을 드리면 지금 대한민국은 아시는 것처럼 친위 쿠데타로 인한 혼란이 이제 극복된 지 얼마 안 된 상태고 이러한 상황에 대한 국회가 주도하는 특검에 의해서 사실 조사가 진행 중입니다. 물론 저의 통제하에 있지는 않지만 조사하는 일은 팩트 확인, 팩트 체크인데 미군을 직접 수사한 게 아니고 그 부대 안에 있는 한국군의 통제 시스템이 어떻게 작동했나를 확인한 것 같습니다. 나중에 좀 더 자세히 설명을 드리도록 하겠습니다.
Currently, there is a fact-finding investigation by a special prosecutor that was appointed by the national prosecutor.
Is his name Deranged Jack Smith by any chance? They took him from our country. They put Deranged Jack. He's a deranged, sick individual. His name Deranged Jack Smith by any chance? They took him from our country. They put. Go ahead. Go ahead, please. I'm only kidding. Maybe I'm not.
And that controlled the chain of command, the control system of the Korean military.
That's okay. I am sure it's a misunderstanding, but you know, there is a rumor going around about churches, raiding churches, so we'll talk. I'm sure that's going to be worked out fine. Yeah, please go ahead.
Mr. President, what conversations have you had with Israeli
Recently, actually, are planning to go to China. You mentioned either this year or next year. Could you please share more details about your plans going to China and also presently?
Well, maybe we'll go together. Do you want to go together? We can share a plane. We'll save energy. We'll save a little, the ozone layer.
Invitation, Mr.
중국에서 만약
Oh, it's sort of meant jokingly, but if you want, you can.
대통령하고 같이 가면 좋겠습니다.
If you want to go, I'm going to get special permission. I'm sure you can go, but.
South Korea, so that the United States can have more flexibility in the region?
Say it.
Would you consider reducing the number of U.S. forces in South Korea so that the United States can have more
Well, I don't
flexibility
want to
in the
say
region?
that now because we've been friends and we're friends. And look, we have a lot of people of we have over 40,000 troops in South Korea. We have a very good relationship militarily. They would say, but we gave you land. I said, no, you didn't. You lease us land. There's a big difference between giving and leasing. And maybe one of the things I'd like to do is ask them to give us ownership of the land where we have the big fort. You know, we spent a lot of money building a fort. And there was a contribution made by South Korea, but I would like to see if we could get rid of the lease and get ownership of the land where we have a massive military base.
What do you think are the key ways to make the South Korea-U.S. alliance greater?
Well, I think it's great now. I feel very warmly toward South Korea. I will tell you that I have a lot of people in business that I deal with that are from South Korea. They love Trump because they feel I've saved. I think you would have had a nuclear war if I weren't. I think you would have had a nuclear war, North Korea and South Korea. I think it would have been a disaster. We're going to get along great because we really sort of need each other. We're dealing with them on Alaska having to do with the oil. You need oil and we have it. And we're going to be making a deal, a joint venture with South Korea. Japan is involved also, very strongly involved.
Is there something to discuss regarding the cooperation among South Korea, US, and Japan?
I think so. Look, Japan is a great ally of us, and I had a little bit of a hard time getting you two together because you're still thinking about comfort women, right? Comfort women, that's all they wanted to talk about. I thought that was settled a few times over the decades. There is an overlapping problem with that, and that was a very big problem for Korea, not for Japan. Japan wanted to go, they want to get on, but Korea was very stuck on that. You understand? So, I don't know, perhaps you'd like to answer. It's a good question.
대통령께서 한미일 협력을 매우 중시하고 계시기 때문에 제가 대통령을 뵙기 전에 미리 일본과 만나서 대통령께서 걱정하시는 문제를 다 미리 정리했다 이렇게 생각해 주시면 좋겠습니다.
Probably aren't supposed to talk about. And, I get along with him really well. I think he has a country of great potential. Well, I'm meeting a lot of people. I mean, it's hard to say that, but I'd like to meet him this year.
Do you plan to attend APEC summit to be held in Korea?
A summit in South Korea?
Yes, South
yeah, I'd
Korea
love
in
to.
November.
I'm going for a trade meeting to South Korea pretty soon. You're hosting a trade meeting, so I can sneak away from that trade meeting and we'll go and do something for the president if he'd like me to do that, okay? But so we'll be going there fairly soon.
NVIDIA gentlemen, see, there's the president. Good to see you. Thank you very much.